Hello again. Welcome to Nortman Reviews. Another episode, another issue, more Joe Madureira stuff. I decided to go through this X-Men Visionaries. It just has a collection of a bunch of Joe Madureira X-Men shit. I think I'm just gonna, instead of doing like the whole book, I'm just gonna do like some single issues, and there's a couple of them that are, two-parters, so I'll probably do those together. But I love Joe Mad stuff. He started with on Uncanny X-Men a long time ago, years and years ago, and then he got really popular, from my recollection, when on Age of Apocalypse and that storyline, which was huge at the time. And then his art just got more better, more and more interesting until he eventually left to do Battle Chasers. I did a video with my brother Rob on the first issue of Battle Chasers and the amazing art that he does there. And I remember talking about that, about how much I like the stuff on X-Men. So I want to show some of his stuff here. This book is not in the best shape, as you can see. I think I bought this used years ago. I don't remember if I did that or whatever, but it is what it is. So, we're going to start with Uncanny X-Men number 325. Now, I'm pretty sure Rob and I did a review of this in I don't know if it was a live, but we were drunk. We did a drunk review on some things, and I think I had this, and I'm like, let's do this, and we drunkenly reviewed it. Let's take a better look at it. X-Men 325. This is some shit with the Morlocks. There's a Marrow. She becomes a bigger part of the X-Men. She actually becomes a member, and I think later she is in some of these with Spider-Man, maybe. Anyways, but she becomes a member of the X-Men. She becomes less ugly. But she pulls these fucking bones out of her body, and these are part of the Morlocks, like the next generation of Morlocks. And it was a big, like, double fold out cover. So that's cool. Yeah, you got Storm fighting her there with one of the things. And these guys had been kind of building up in some of the earlier issues of X-Men a little bit here and there. You would see them, and X-Men would fight them. I mean, look at this page. Jesus. All right, so issue 325. That's kind of like a big issue. Every, like, 25th issue seems to be kind of like a big event. So here we got the X-Men playing baseball. Nice little levity. Some fun. Not everything is so super serious. Got Cyclops there as the pitcher. He's ready. He's probably chewing tobacco. Probably not. It's bubble gum. What was that? Big League Chew. He's got Big League Chew there. And you got M or Monet here. You got Banshee. You got Beast as the catcher. Generation X was in full swing at that time. Jubilee here. She was left Generation X, and Banshee and White Queen were headmasters of it, teaching the next generation of X-Men. So, all right, a lot of talking. We won't need to get into it. It's fine. Scott Lobdell is the writer. You got Townsend and Ryan. I don't know who they are. Robert, who are they? Inkers. So they're talking. Cannonball's back here. She's sick of them just like chit-chatting while they're supposed to be playing. And more chit-chatting. There's Jean Grey, and she's like looking at Cyclops' ass. She's talking into his head, and they're flirting. And fucking Skin, Mr. Fantastic, but grosser. His skin stretches, elongates. He's Hispanic because he says "ay caramba." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sitting here like these guys are playing baseball. They're doing the frontal lobe tango." And basically, while they're flirting, Skin has to like be with Bishop, who's on first base, right? I'm stuck on third base babysitting you, Bishop. Indeed. He sees that they're distracted, and he turns. I mean, he runs off to. He's on third base. Yeah, third base. I think these guys were on. Who cares what base they were on? But he's gonna steal home and storm by the bright lady. Bishop is stealing home. So she has enough time to yell that. And I don't know if you watch baseball, which I don't, but I watch clips sometimes. There's like zero time, like in 2 seconds. Like someone can go from one base to another if you're like a good athlete. And I know Bishop is, but did she have time to yell by the bright lady? And she points, and with reflexes forged by countless battles, Cyclops lets fly his fastball. I can't fucking speak. Hey, Rusty. Rusty's here again. He's just off camera. I don't know if you can hear him purring. But Beast catches the ball. He screeches to a halt. He goes back. He throws the ball. And, like, Skin's arm wraps around him. So he says, like, as soon as the glove, I catch it, the ball hits the glove, game is over. They just need this one out. It's like whoever scores next or out, whatever, wins the game. But, I mean, he says all that and the time it takes for the ball to be thrown. I know it's a comic book. Rusty, you're messing up the camera, bro. Yeah, get out of here. Oh, love you. Oh, my God. Buddy. Oh, Rusty. Okay. Move, buddy. Move. I'll pet you later. So you say that all the time, but you only pet the dogs and your kid. Oh, you're a good cat. All right. So, see these pages? How do you fix something like this? I don't know. But Bishop, he's like, if I remember correctly, there's a no power tool. He yanks on the arm so he doesn't catch it, so he misses it. And again, he's able to say all this in the time it takes a ball to be thrown from home plate to third base. And he's like, just let me grab the ball. He's like, no. So he's like dangling it. And Jean picks up the ball. Sexy Jean. And everyone's piling on Beast for some reason. Monet in her ass and Banshee's there. Jean throws it, and he's sliding in. The ball's coming in. He's going to catch it. Everyone's, like, hanging on him, and they just crash. And then, this is kind of a cool page. They're just in their big pile here. He's fucking swearing it's censored. Bishop says, so did we win? Beast says, I wonder if the Avengers have given away my old room. And what is she doing? Is she levitating this ball? What were her powers? I can't remember. I was always very unclear what Monet's powers were. So everyone's laughing. Everyone's having a good time. Wolverine, he comes up. I think he was past his, like, fucking animal... was he? Or this was before. I don't remember. I don't remember if he was, like, in his, like, feral state where he didn't have a nose. That was at one point, I know. But Wolverine's like, he's not playing, but he's like, oh, this is kind of nice. Like, when everyone was just laughing and it wasn't so, life wasn't so complicated. When it was like you, me, the Rusky, and the Elf, Colossus, and Nightcrawler. I like those 4 together. They were a good team. So, but then suddenly, someone comes teleporting in. Wolverine pops his claws. They're like, could be trouble. And then not necessarily Tovarish. And it's Colossus. Now, he has been gone for a little while. At least for, I think, 25 issues. Back in the Fatal Attraction storyline, which I think was around, this is 325. I think that was around issue number 300. That was when Wolverine lost his bones, and Magneto got lobotomized by Professor X during that. But in that time, Colossus changed sides. He joined Magneto because he was just super sad because Illyana, who has since been revived, she died. His little sister died. So he was super sad, and he decided to go and be with Magneto on Avalon or Asteroid M. That got destroyed by things and stuff. But I don't remember how he hooked up with Callisto here, who was the leader of the Morlocks. Anyways, but they come teleporting in, and like they need your help. So, some city scenes here, people in the subway, and you can see here, like, people are on the subway here, and the power goes out, and you can see these guys are doing something with the power. They're, I think, trying to kidnap these guys. So a lot of detail in here, and a lot of nice work, background work. Spider-Man coming soon. Is that a movie? There's some kind of funny stuff down here. Cruz swipes again. Now, my understanding that's Roger Cruz, who's an incredible artist now, but at the time he had a style that was so similar to Madureira's. I don't know if he was specifically swiping stuff or Mad thought he was, or if it was just like a blatant ripoff of his style. I have no idea, but that's what it says right there. That's what I think it's in reference to. What does some of this other stuff say? Let's bring it up. It's got to be the giggle. I can't remember what it says. Horace Grant, Jackie Chan rules.
I found a few places near you. The first one is Jack in the Box. It's
Hey.
61 East, 2100 South, Salt Lake City. The second
Hey, Google. Shut up. My Google Assistant heard me talking and said something there with Google, and then it started giving me information. That was funny. Anyways, let's get back to the comic. So they're in the med bay, I guess. Storm and Colossus are talking. I like this picture of Wolverine in the background, in the shadows, just kind of checking things out. After fleeing the space station Avalon, I awoke somewhere in the Antarctic. Magneto was gone. I was eventually found by Callisto. I remember that. She revealed little before she passed out. Aside from the fact that she said she needed your help, you did the right thing coming here. Okay. So she's happy that he's here. They're taking care of Callisto. She wakes up, they all come in, she's yelling at them, and she basically talks about all this shit here is talking about this group of next generation of Morlocks. They call themselves the Gene Nation, and they don't want to stay hidden, and they just want to do evil shit. And she feels responsible, Callisto, because she was leader of the Morlocks. So they're going to do some bad shit. X-Men, I need your help. I do like Wolverine down here. He was just a few pages ago talking about good times with the Colossus and Nightcrawler and Storm and him, but right now he's pissed because he is a turncoat. He was a traitor. He went off with Magneto, and Magneto ripped the fucking adamantium out of him. So I think Wolverine's not too happy with Colossus, but that's just a little moment. They don't dwell on it too much. So they go. Now they're talking about planning. Callisto, she's like, no, you're testing. You're looking for your strengths. They were testing you looking for your strengths and weaknesses in the past. They're talking about. They were preparing for today. She's like, you gotta go. Today's the anniversary of the mutant massacre, which was done by the Marauders and Mr. Sinister. And later in one of these issues, you find out that, speaking of which, Gambit had something to do with that mutant massacre. So, Gambit's here. He's hurt, and he gets a phone call, and he answers it, and there's no one on the line, but it's Rogue. And then the storyline going on with them, this happened after the Age of Apocalypse, and right before the Age of Apocalypse happened, they thought the M'Kraan crystal was closing down on them, and they shared their kiss, their first kiss. And Gambit was in a coma for a little while, and Rogue left. She was freaked out by something that, like some memories of his. She doesn't even know what. But she was freaked out by something in his past, so she had to leave, and this is Iceman back here with her. So they have a little adventure off on their own, and the secret has to do with what's going on with that mutant massacre. Maybe I'll find that issue and talk about that. So she leaves, she hangs up on him, and he's worried. he's like, what does she know about me? He's worried whatever she might know or remember about him. So, cut to cool shot of the Blackbird. And the X-Men, oh my god, so many words. They're talking. Let's see. So Callisto's able to teleport a handful of X-Men in to the sewers, so the rest of them are trying to get there. It didn't happen back here, but that's what they're saying. Callisto can teleport, I guess. So she took some X-Men really fast, and these guys are trying to play catch-up. And then Archangel, he's back here sad because the Mutant Massacre is where he lost his wings. I don't like this fucking outfit they put him in. This was his, like, angel costume that he wore before Archangel, but now he's back into it, but he has the Archangel wings. I don't like that outfit, but... Anyways, the Massacre is where he lost the original wings, but I lost more than that. I wonder if Mr. Sinister understood the forces he unleashed. So... him losing his wings in the massacre led to Apocalypse making him a horseman and him becoming not a happy, rich young man with angelic wings. He was a horseman of death. He was all sad. So we go to Sinister. And he's talking to this girl, this assistant of his. And she's telling him what's going on with the X-Men. Several of them are going to Manhattan, and the second Blackbird with Gambit has a trajectory for Seattle. And it's like, you've ordered me to inform you if that particular X-Man ever traveled to that. And he says, go. I have much to talk about. Not the least of which is whether or not years of carefully executed machinations are finally bearing fruit or simply rotting on the vine. So Mr. Sinister is wondering about what's going on. So, the X-Men that Callisto took was Colossus, Storm, and Wolverine. Wolverine's giving her shit. X-Men are still cleaning up after the Morlocks. And she's like, it's not my fault. It's like the what has not changed is my wholehearted commitment to the meaning of leadership. Because, back in classic X-Men issues, when they first met the Morlocks, and there was an episode of X-Men animated series, Storm fought Callisto for leadership of the Morlocks, and Storm won. So Storm was leader, but she didn't stay with the Morlocks. She's like, I'm not going to stay out with these smelly fucks. I'm going to go up, where the sun is. But she's like, if Storm had done a better job, maybe this wouldn't have happened. So they're arguing about all that shit. And Wolverine's like, oh, okay, cool. Now that we got that situated, why don't we check out this? And there's a sign, dead body, pinned up here with, like, bicycle tires. X-Men, party this way. Creepy. 1 mile away, the G-Nation, they're talking. X-Men are coming. So they're trudging through, and they get ambushed by this guy. I forget his name. I think all of these Morlocks or these G-Nation guys have shown up in an issue before, individually, that the X-Men have had a fight. So this guy busts in. They're going to fight him, but Wolverine gets knocked away somehow by this guy. His name is Vessel. So they're going to fight. So they're fighting in the background. Storm's going to help them, but Callisto's like, no, come with me. We got to go now because they're going to kill all the people that they kidnapped, I guess. So they see a bunch of... They're going through the sewers. That's cool. That water effect. And they come around a corner. They see a bunch of the people like running out, and they grab this one guy. He's the last one, so you're elected to tell us what's going on, who's down there, where's Marrow, the girl with the bones. Marrow wanted them frightened, scurrying through the tunnels the way we did when the Marauders decimated us. And this guy's like, maybe. And then he shoots her. It's because there was this fucking creepy guy who, I forget what his name is, but he like takes over bodies. Like it's inside their bodies. It's really creepy. But the host body's still alive this time, so I think before they die. So he's gonna shoot Storm, but she conjures up a storm, fucks him up. So soon Marrow's there, and they start arguing about the same shit. We offered you a place. You can come up to the surface, and they are like, what? Why would we be up there? We look like shit. We haven't taken a shower in forever. So she says, if I don't skip a page. They got all these other people here hostage, right? And there's devices on them. There's basically bombs on each of them, and the timer is in her heart. Sorry, make sure I get this in the shot. She rips open her chest, and there's this bomb in her heart. And basically, she says, you have to kill me to save them, which, Storm doesn't do. Good thing it wasn't Wolverine. He'd kill her really fast. She's like, try me, Sarah. She calls her by her real name, which is Sarah. Sorry, my watch went off again. And then Wolverine and Colossus show up. They made short work of these assholes back there. And Wolverine's like, you don't got to do this. We're here. She's like, yes, I do. She throws these daggers that she must have pulled out of her ass at her. She catches them. They face off. That's cool. They lunge at each other. They strike at each other. It began in sunshine, a bright day filled with smiles and hope and promises, scarred forever by splashes of crimson. Poetry. At least it's not Wolverine. Maybe it's probably Wolverine thinking this, right? Wolverine likes to be he's a poet inside. She lands, she kind of hunkers over, and she got first blood. And she, but the Marrow here got her hair, cut it right there, and it falls. And then Storm licks the blood. That's very uncharacteristic. So, fighting is on. King clash, shoop. Stop calling me Sarah, I'm called Marrow now. They're slashing at each other. And she keeps pulling more bones out of her ass. And Colossus is like, she's cheating. And like, yeah, she is. What's your point? So they're fighting still down here. I haven't talked much about Joe Mad's art. I mean, it's all very, very good. I think he gets, I don't know, artistically better. Like, after this, with his Battle Chasers days and whatever, like he's a really tremendously good artist. This is good stuff. It's a style that was definitely like the hot thing at the time. Especially Marvel needed a win, like when all the shit, my pointer. All the Image guys left. Jim Lee and Silvestri and McFarlane and Liefeld, I guess. They needed some better artists. And Madureira filled that void for a long time. Kept the X-Men lines going. So there's this asshole up here, and he's fucking with her head. Again, they're cheating. And, Wolverine's like, okay, throw me up there, fastball special. He's like, what happened to life is cheating. He's like, just shut up and throw. But Storm says, that's not necessary. She throws her blades and just hits this fucker. Whatever his name was. So, it's ticking. You can hear, the ticking of the bomb, right? And she's like, you've lost. You're not going to stop me. And before you die, you're going to know you failed and innocent people died. More talking. Such long speeches. But she Storm grabs her wrist right there. Reaches out and plunges her fucking hand right into her chest and pulls out her heart. Or the bomb that was her heart. I mean, that's pretty violent. That's a cool image right there. I mean, it doesn't show, doesn't get too explicit, so, this can still be for children, I guess. But I like the no use of the backgrounds, just the black silhouette figures and then her hair right there. That's cool. So they stop her. She gets rid of the bomb. They save everybody. They're freeing him here. Callisto and Colossus share a little kissy. And she's like, I'm going to take these guys and I have to, like, you know, fix everything. Make things better for the Morlocks. And then Colossus, he's like, okay, thank you so much. I miss you. He's like, you can come back. He's like, no, I can't. I got to take care of myself. I think he goes and joins Excalibur at some point. I don't know. So she leaves. He leaves her. But Wolverine's still here. I really like this silhouette drawing of Wolverine. His stance right there. They talk. Whatever. You know, what happens to the world now? You know, what can we do? I don't know. That's why we keep doing what we do, blah, blah, blah. So, him and her holding hands. I like his little hunched over, little shorty guy. And that's the end of that issue. So, I'm going to end it there. I'll do the next issue at another point. So, tune in for that. And thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about Joe Mad's art and his run of Uncanny X-Men. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.